Hey everybody, DGood24 here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I want to talk about DRAFTYCAR. If you haven't heard of DRAFTYCAR, that is a game that is the spiritual successor of NASCAR. I had made a whole video about it. It's done actually really well. I'll put that link somewhere down below or up top or something if you want to maybe watch that. But it is essentially a game based off of NASCAR, essentially where you're going in a straight line and you are drafting. I know I've talked about this game. There's a Steam version for like $6 or $7. You can try. It's pretty fun. It's a good time. But my friend Brian, who developed this game all by himself, it is a one-person project, essentially. He came out with a mobile release, and today I want to talk about it and give my thoughts. I know I said he's my friend, and he is, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to talk amazingly about this game. It has some problems, and he's going to do his best to fix them, but that doesn't mean that I can't talk, a little critically of the game. So let's go ahead and talk about it. And also, I'll put the link to the game down below in the description for iOS and Android. So basically, you open up the game, and I'm going to have gameplay here to the side. Nothing really too crazy. It's just going to be some of the races and stuff I did. You open up the game, it opens up with a little tutorial, and you do a basic race. You have your car. It's 3D. You have your car. You can change views from chase or up top. I found it nice to change between the two, especially because if you get out into the lead, you're really susceptible to being blown by. But this is a much more intricate version of DRAFTYCAR than the old one or NASCAR. There is damage in this game, and you can essentially wreck and destroy your car. The goal, obviously, is to get to the front. You have 3 laps. It's just a straight line, but every time you go by the grandstands, it's a lap. So your goal is to draft to the front and make good moves and not destroy your car or get into a wreck. If you hit these cars in certain spots, like on the rear quarter panel, or if you door them in the kind of like the front side of the car, they will crash and wreck, and they can push you into the grass, and they wreck really wildly. That's one of the most funny and fun things about this game, is the wrecks are comically great. And I'm pretty sure that's on purpose. You'll see cars fly hundreds of feet in the air, like way over the grandstands. Not like Elliott Sadler saying he flipped a car length above the grandstands. I'm talking about like hundreds of car lengths above the grandstands. There's like blowovers and flips, and they crash wildly, and it can involve multiple cars, and that's pretty cool. And I like that, because in NASCAR there is no crashing. It's just, you go. I love the implementation of the crashing here. I will get the elephant in the room out of the way. The game is not the best looking. There are graphic settings, but I didn't really notice that much of a difference when I adjusted them, and I didn't like the way they looked. They looked a lot better on the trailer. It's not a deal breaker for me. Like, I don't care. I think the gameplay loop is so fun that it doesn't matter, and I've had a lot of fun playing this game so far. But I just want you to know that you're not going to be getting AAA quality in the graphics department, and that's okay. Like I said, it's one person that made this game. But once you finish your tutorial race, you'll jump right in. There is a few different modes. You have like this lightning mode, and there are multiple series in this game. There are the Rookie Rush, where you start out in the career mode, the Trucks, Grand National, and Cup, essentially. And each of these series has cars that are made to look like the respected cars in that series. Like, you're gonna see like the number 2 car in the Grand National series. It looks like Jesse Love's Wheeling car. All these cars look like their counterparts to real NASCAR cars, but they're parodies, if that makes sense. And that's cool. A lot of these knockoff NASCAR games have done that, and it's a good way to do that. But they've done it for all 3 series, so you have it in Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, and that's really cool. You've got 43 car fields in all of them, and so I haven't actually done a lot of racing with all the different series. I've been really diving into the career mode, so I can't tell you how much different they are, but at the end of the day, the gameplay loop is fun. So there's that. You can just jump into a single race, pick your driver, and go. There's also a career mode, and that is the meat and potatoes of this game. There is a lot there. He's put in so much stuff into this career mode for someone that's done it by themselves. You have like you're an owner of your car, and there's like every time you come in and out of a race, there's like a little note you get from your dad or the director of the series or whatever. So you're managing your money. You can buy and sell and upgrade your car. You have to meet certain requirements to move up different series, plus have enough money to do that. I found myself having to miss races because I tore up my car, and I couldn't afford to fix it in time, and we were just screwed. I had to miss like 2 weeks. And there's like a fame meter that you have to shows how many fans and stuff you have and how far up you can move. There's like a hero villain thing, because if you wreck cars, you can get booed after the race. That's pretty cool, and drivers can argue with you and stuff. It's very... it's not... That part like isn't in depth. Like, it's just a basic cutscene, but it's fine. I like the premise. What else do we have there? I could not find the actual point standings page, but while you're racing, it shows you where you are in the pack and where you would be in points if you finished in that position, which I think is really, really cool. Obviously, you can take out loans if you can't like afford to pay your entry fee. You can buy new equipment to get you to the racetrack, like haulers and stuff. That's pretty neat. And there's just a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, it's so... Like, he's put so much stuff in here. And I'm going to open it real quick just to make sure I get everything said. But I really, really like it. It's for a mobile phone game. Like, it's got a deep career mode that I am looking for. Sure, the gameplay loop isn't very deep, but it's fun. And I don't know how many times I have to say that to get that point across. The gameplay loop itself is fun. So when you open up the career mode, you've got your garage and you hit a little button. So you've got body shop, you've got your stats, you've got a complete stat of essentially your starts in each series. And then it shows like how much money you make for where you finish in each series. And so you have a reputation, like I said, that you're villain and hero. So you don't want to burn bridges, and maintaining good relationships are crucial. A positive reputation will get you sponsors. So you obviously have sponsors that you want to earn by doing well. You also have series eligibility. People, you can get kicked out of that series for causing too many wrecks. I haven't seen that yet, but it's there. And you can get notes from like when other drivers get kicked out of the series. It's very interesting. But yeah, the career mode is pretty deep for just a little mobile phone game, and it's fun. And like I said, the gameplay loop is good. I haven't found a way, I don't think, to make it longer. I think you're just built to 3 laps. There is a spotter. He works pretty well. I'm not going to say he's perfect, but he can call up to 5 wide, I think. I've heard 5 wide. And there's like a little commentator that starts out each race. He's like, welcome to week blank of the whatever series you're in. And that's neat. It's little things like that kind of build the immersion for you. And so I said you can crash in this game. And now here's where I'm going to get into some of my faults with the game. The ads when this game released were nuts. There was like ads after every race. They took forever. Right now it's like 45 seconds and everything. And ads in mobile games stink anyway. They're no fun. Nobody likes them. But I think he's tinkering that. He's made posts. He's going to be working on like complaints as much as he can. This is not his full-time job. And he's going to be working on it as quickly as he can, as soon as he can get to it, and just give him time to mess with that. But the ads were pretty crazy, and they've come down. He's made them so much more tolerable. This is not a money grabbing scheme. I just want to make that clear. He's not doing this to make money. This is a passion project. I would love to see a paid version, like where I can pay $4.99 for an ad free, because that would just make things so much quicker, and I could jump in and out of races so much quicker. I would love to see that. I don't know how feasible that is. I would love to see this game come to Steam. I know DRAFTYCAR said was on Steam, but this is so much deeper than that. I would just like the graphics and stuff to be a little bit better. So I think that would be fun, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Wrecking your car, Like, I love the fact you can DNF. Like, you have a little damage meter that builds up, and if it gets high enough, you'll like have a fender rub, and your spotter / crew chief will mention that. It'll slow you down a little bit, and you'll have smoke coming from your car, so that's pretty cool. But if you get way out in front with a group of cars, the back half of the pack can fly at you really, really fast, and so you've got to block. But I've been wrecked a few times by throwing that block, and it's not like I was just in that lane and they run to the back of me, and I was hit so hard it wrecked me, and we were done. And I was like low on my damage. It wasn't like I was high. Like, you can DNF with a low damage just by getting wrecked. And while I'd like that, I'd like the fact that you could wreck by getting a wrong push. It's just some people may not like the fact that I got a huge push and I DNF'd because, I mean, I was just there. It's not like it was my fault, but that's more of a toss-up for me. I like that. The fact that I can DNF at any point makes it interesting. I don't like that I can just blow by everybody. I have played this game. I've done probably 10 to 15 I take that back. I've done about 20 races. I've yet to win. I finished second by like a hair. It's difficult, and I like that. I think he's going to tinker with the difficulty, but it's a difficult game. You can get to the lead and lead for like 2 laps, but they can build runs and you got to block them, and sometimes you just can't block them fast enough, and I really enjoy that. But yeah, it's a solid mobile game that's only going to get better with time, and I appreciate him doing this. It's like I said, it's a passion project, and I am not advocating like for him. Like, I'm not a paid shill. If this was any other game, I would be feeling the same way. It's just different because I know him. So I think you should give it a try. There have been, one more thing, a lot of people complaining about crashes. I have not had a single crash. Like I said, I've played 20 races. I've played this game for over an hour. I have not had a single crash yet. But I saw some people that can't even like make it do a lap without it crashing. And I don't know what to tell you on that. I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I have had no problems. There are graphic settings you can adjust, I said. Maybe try tinkering with those. If not, hopefully he can iron out some bugs, but I don't know how to fix that. So if your game won't work, I sincerely apologize, and I wish I knew what to tell you, but for me, I haven't had those problems with my phone. But it's a fun game. It's so much better than NASCAR Manager. Like, I cannot recommend this game to that enough. But I mean, there's also Draft Master and this game, and I'm sure there's other games out there that are fun too. I play any of those games over NASCAR Manager. But I'll probably be doing some more on this game. I have an interview with him. You probably saw some of that in the Nasty Card video. I'll probably release the full one at a later date, just to kind of give you a gauge of where he's at with this game. And I would just love for you to try it out. Like I said, I get nothing for this. He's not paying me to review this. This is just me talking about a racing game. You know, I play all of them. I play all the ones I can get my hands on. So I would love for you to give it a try. Leave your feedback, and yeah, it's a fun game. I really think you should play it. I've had a good time, and it's hard for me to get invested in mobile games. Retro Bowl, I think, is the only other one I've really played the crap out of, and this one's probably going to stay up there with it because it's fun. Gameplay loop is really fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. My rambling. Go try DRAFTYCAR, and thanks for watching. Subscribe.